Hi guys, I got something for you people out there who are stuck recently. Call this the decision tree. Let me ask you a question. Are you stuck? Are you stuck on whatever you're doing in life? And you feel it. Stuck feels like I'm doing what I don't want to do, but I don't know what else to do, so I'm just going to keep doing what I am currently doing, even though I don't like it, and I'm going to keep doing that, and I don't really know where this is going, and pretty quickly, here's what you're going to find. Your anxiety is going to rise, the meaninglessness is going to creep up, and your body might even stop you before you can stop you. Well, hey, I want to prevent that. Let me show you something. So this is called the decision tree. It's very simple. There's no complexity to this, but people don't take time to do it. It's like they are so busy living life that they don't think about the life that they're living. They don't do that. And why? Variety of things. I mean, American culture especially tends to be pretty distracted, and I imagine a lot of other cultures are as well. We just distract ourselves from our problems rather than solving our problems, because solving our problems can actually be pretty painful. Well, how do we start that? Let me give you guys an example, right? Well, first we have to define what the problem is. Let's pick something simple, like I hate my job. Okay, tell me more about that. Why do you hate your job? Well, I'm working really hard in a field that I care nothing about. I have to wake up in the morning. I am missing my wife and my kids. I don't like the commute time. What is it? Define as specifically as possible why you hate your job, right? Because that's the first crucial step. Before you can solve the problem, why don't you really figure out what the problem is? How do you feel? What kind of cost are you paying to be in the situation? Because frankly, it's very hard to measure the pain over, I don't know, a few years versus the extreme or even maybe, significant momentary pain that you might feel if you actually did something about it, right? And I think this probably has happened to you or somebody that you love, where they can spend years doing something that they hate rather than spending, I don't know, like a month in this transition time that's painful, just with any prospect of solving the situation. Well, that's why the first thing you put down is make no changes. That is a decision. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to change anything. I'm just going to live life how I've been living life. And, well, that has a cost. Let's take a look at that. What I want to know is, if you do that, what is the best possible outcome? And you can choose the time frame. I don't care about that. A year, 5 years, 10 years. Pick a time frame. What is the best thing that could possibly happen if you just make no changes? You just keep doing what you've been doing. Well, also, what is the worst possible outcome that could happen if you just keep doing what you're doing? You see, like you're imagining the trajectory of this decision over a period of time, and you're guessing, and usually you'll be right, by the way. Because if you've been stuck for a while, you've already spent some time in this. And you've probably already tried to wriggle your way out of this and just kind of make do, and it hasn't been working, or else you wouldn't still be stuck, right? Well, what's the second thing you could do? Well, you could quit your job. You could quit your job. Well, ask yourself, what is the best possible thing that could happen? Maybe make more money, maybe get better hours, maybe solve something associated with the commute, maybe get time with family, maybe be able to work from home. I don't know. What is it? Maybe what's the worst possible thing? Well, you could get something worse than what you have now. So that's one option. And by the way, I do want to encourage everybody, write down the options, even the really bad options that you think you're not going to choose, because it really clarifies why you would choose the right options. Because you could just be unemployed. You could just quit and not get a job. What's the best possible thing that could happen? You could play more video games. You could spend more time with family. You could do other things. What's the worst possible thing that could happen? Yeah, a lot of stuff. Number 4, what's another thing you could do? You could ask for a raise. Or maybe a different position. You could do that. What's the best thing that could happen? Maybe you could stay at your company and you might actually like your job again. It's possible. Well, maybe instead of asking for a raise, you could just ask to make some accommodations, work from home, work different hours. Maybe ask for a pay increase. I don't know. What's the worst thing that could happen? I guess you could piss off your boss and the boss could fire you. Well, I'm sure that there's more than 4 options here. I've just quickly labeled 4 in this, imaginary scenario. I'm sure maybe you could find a 5 or a 6 or maybe even a 7. But do this. Do something like this. Really go in depth over the next 1, 5, 10 years. What do all these different decisions look like, best and worst case scenario? And that should help you dial it down to the one thing that you should be doing, because maybe it's something like quit. Maybe that's the best option because you've actually done the math and you've gone through the emotional work and you understand the problem now. And now you can do something rather than just be paralyzed by the immensity of the problem. Hey, and if you really want some extra advice, why not do this and then give it to somebody you trust, somebody that you love, somebody whose advice you appreciate, and have them give it a second look, which should help you build confidence to make a change. Because shoot, when you share your life with people that you love, who are smart and competent and who are good confidants, you know, they keep good confidence and they give good advice, it will embolden you to do what you need to do. So maybe do this and then call 2 or 3 people and say, hey, here's what I was thinking. What do you think? Give me some second eyes. Because I don't want you to be stuck. I know being stuck, it's still a choice. And it's usually the wrong one, by the way. Because if you feel like you're stuck, you're either going to make a change or your body will do it for you. So, love you guys. I hope this has been helpful. All right, take care.